Alright guys, this video is going to be all about reading, finishing up my reads by the end of February. Right now, the 3 books I want to finish and need to finish. 1, Atmosphere, that's for my book club. We all get our books on the library, so one of my friends has already finished because her hold was running out. So I'm trying to finish that, Atmosphere. Like I said in a vlog, I'm more into the light and fluffy books right now, and Atmosphere is going to be heavy. And another heavy one is Wild Dark Shore. This is the second time I've tried to read it. It's not that I am not liking it. Again, it's just a little bit darker, not darker, but heavier of a book than what I am mood reading right now. Right now, like I said, light and fluffy, no stakes kind of books. Yes. I want to check my holds on Libby and see what else I have to get through. Okay, so just those 2 on Libby. I have 5 days left for both, so that should get me. Because today is Saturday, the 21st, so I have 5 days to get those done. I should have plenty of time. Okay, and then check my other app. I got The Storm by Rachel Hawkins, but that's 27 days I have that. Ooh, that's a lifetime in library holds time, okay? So, update. I just got Atmosphere in on my other book borrowing app, and I have 27 days for that too. But I want to finish it because it's for the book club. Okay, the other book I'm in the middle of is One Killer Night, and I want to finish that as well. So 3 books, Atmosphere, Wild Dark Shore, and One Killer Night to finish before or by February 28th. I think I can do it. Do you have faith in me? I think so. Okay, well, we shall get that done, and I shall see you with an update in a little while. Bye.
Good morning, peeps. I'm going to throw my headphones on and we're going to continue listening to Wild Dark Shore. I did listen to more of it at work, which I explained last night, but we haven't listened to any more, so we're going to get into that now. All right? See you later, Gators. Hey peeps, welcome back to the reading vlog. Updates. I finished Wild Dark Shore yesterday while I was crocheting. I did really enjoy the book. I'm having a hard time rating the book for me personally. I'm not gonna review the book. This is just a book reaction, okay? Everything is my opinion, okay? I was getting lost a little bit in all of the scientifical backstory things. I like to think that I am very scientific. I went to college for a science-y profession, so obviously I understand it, but it was a lot all at once. It wasn't sprinkled into things. It was just thrown at you in dialogue and internal monologues, just thrown at you. And it kind of was moving slow with the plot. Really enjoyed the final quarter of the book. The final quarter gets a 5 out of 5. It's the first 3 quarters that I'm struggling with because of what I had just said. This is gonna be spoiled. Had some sort of thing happen. Noah took advantage of her. I know Finn wouldn't really describe it as assault because she thinks she consented, but she was 16 years old and he was 47. and she thought she was pregnant. She's not pregnant. Also, one of my predictions. She's not pregnant, but when she thought she was pregnant, she confronted him, and he was like going a little stir crazy being on that island. He tried to kill her. And then when Ollie goes to be nice because he's a sweet, sweet boy, he locks him in the little thing that they were keeping him prisoner instead of just being like, all right, thanks, kid, bye. Excuse me? He locks him down there, and that's why Rowan dies, because they have to go up through this hatch, and it's welded shut, and Dom is trying to get it open, and she saves Ollie's life, obviously, but she dies. She drowns. She dies. After she's like, I found a family. She essentially was like, I found something to live for, and basically to die for. And it's because Noah was, sorry, I don't want to swear, man and a narcissist, and locked a little boy down there. And you know what he does when he gets free? He goes and finds Finn and tries to kill her again. He tries to kill her again. But he's dumb and she's so smart. And he falls into the water and gets swept away because she knows the currents of this place. And he's just so dumb. Such a man. So he's gone. Ugh. Crazy. And you know how the communication things were broken? It was Ollie, because he thought it was gonna like save the seeds. Ugh, poor little boy. And now he's all like, if I didn't destroy that, all these people would be alive. Oh, my boy, my Shayla. Ugh, anyway, Noah sucks. And poor Finn. Ugh. Anyway. I don't know what to give it, because like all of that happened in the final fourth of this book. And the first three quarters were kind of boring. Not gonna lie. Okay? So it's like, is it a 3.5 or a 4? It's definitely not a 5. So yeah, that's where I'm struggling. Okay, on to the next book, Atmosphere. I got the audiobook in, which is amazing. So I'm about like 65% through, and these are going to be spoilers, okay? So I'm about like 65% through, and she's finally in a relationship with Vanessa in our flashbacks. We're still trying to figure out how to get Vanessa and the other astronauts home safely from space in the present. So in the present, Vanessa's up in space. Joan is Houston. So Vanessa's up in space, and Hank, Steve, and Griff have died. And Griff was Joan's bestie, her biffle, her BFF, and she has to remain calm right now after losing her bestie, her BFF. Lydia is up there too in critical condition, and Vanessa is up there, only one alive, and she's trying to get everything set for like reorbit or like breaking through the atmosphere and things just like aren't happening because like the force of the explosion like bent things and broke things, and she is having a hard time. And obviously her friends are up there with her dead. Like I couldn't even imagine. But in the in the past, we're like unfolding their relationship. So where I'm at now, it's like year 2 of them sneaking around. So this is the 80s, and they're a lesbian couple working for NASA who is still like a boys club, and they have to sneak around everywhere And it's just so sad to me that they can't just like celebrate their love out in the open. The past and present timelines are like getting closer together, and I have a horrible feeling that Vanessa's gonna burn up in space. I just have this really bad feeling. And Joan is gonna have lost the love of her life and her best friend. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Anyway, the snippets we get from the past are, I understand, like, it's building everybody's rapport and relationships and things like that. And we get a lot of, like, Joan's sister and Joan's niece. So Barbara and Frances. And Frances is her niece who she adores and loves. And Barbara's her sister who's a single mom. And Barbara, I'm not going to say she's a bad mom, but she's kind of a bad freaking mom. Sorry, I should not swear. She's kind of a bad freaking mom. She left Frances outside for when Joan was coming to pick her up. She's 7, first of all. She always guilts Frances, like, oh, I just gave up my whole life for you, blah, blah, blah. Bro, don't do that to your kid, okay? Don't do that to your kid. Of course she's gonna have some anger. She doesn't know how to control herself. We just read a scene that, or listened to a scene that Frances was having a meltdown and she kicked Joan in the shin, and it's because her mom wasn't home yet. Her mom was supposed to pick her up from school, and her mom didn't, so Joan had to go. She was waiting with the secretary in the principal's office, and apparently it happens a lot because the secretary's like, yeah, we love our crossword time. Oh my god. So Frances has like a temper tantrum, kicks Joan, and Joan's like, oh my god, I've never seen this before. Girl's lashing out because she's upset. She thinks her mom doesn't love her. I would kick somebody in the shin too. I totally get it. I digress. Barbara just needs to get out. And I have a bad feeling that that's what she's going to do eventually. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Vanessa and Joan's relationship is so cute once they kind of finally realized. Well, Vanessa always knew that she had a thing for Joan, but Joan didn't like know she was a lesbian until Vanessa, and until like she kissed Vanessa and felt those like sparks that you're supposed to feel when you kiss somebody. And she was like, whoa. And then she kind of just like opened up and was like, yeah, this is who I am, all right? And I don't want to hide it, but I get that we need to. And that was kind of awesome to read about, was just Joan's like go from lack of experience to then kind of just like bursting open with like this like confidence of loving somebody. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Vanessa's still up in space. We're getting flashbacks of their second year together, and I'm all very nervous. I think it's gonna be heartbreaking. Taylor Jenkins writes heartbreaking stories. And I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, pray for me. Alright, I'll check back with you guys later, okay? Bye. Okay, update on atmosphere. Barbara, who, you go from having this baby and telling to Joan, like, this is what I'm meant to do, is to raise this child, right? So Joan's like, yeah, I'm here for you, babe. Joan is essentially second parent. Now, the whole time, you basically say Joan has done nothing and you're doing everything by yourself. You get married to Daniel, who at first I was like, Daniel, yay, because he let Vanessa come to the wedding. I was like, yay, maybe Daniel will be good for you. But no, Daniel sends Frances to boarding school because she's upset and doesn't feel loved. Are you joking? And then Barbara has the audacity to say she doesn't want to be her mother anymore? Go to Europe. Just leave. Get out of the picture. And basically, that's what Joan said. Joan said, I don't need you. I went to space. And you know what I missed? I missed my baby girl, my Frances. And I'm going to come down here. Frances is going to be loved. And I'm going to love her the way she deserves. And you know what? You suck. Leave. Don't come back. Good for Joan. Love this. Okay? Love this character development. Yell at Barbara, tell her she sucks, and love that little girl. Okay, anyway, got about an hour left in the audio, and I'm really scared. I'm scared. Okay. Look. I thought for sure Vanessa was gonna die. Was it heartbreaking still for Joan to think that she was? Sure, but she didn't. Everybody else did besides Lydia, but sorry, spoilers. I'll just put in the description. This is all spoilers. But again, sorry, I just came in from outside. Let's start over. Okay, I finished Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's a solid 3 out of 5 for me. Like, I enjoyed it. Was I desperately wanting to read it to know what happens or anything like that? Because I'm comparing this to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Carrie Soto is Back. This is not like a review. This is a reflection, an opinion, okay? So I'm comparing it to those and how those books made me personally feel. And did it do that? Make me feel the way I did when I read those? No. So, this book is not getting a 5-star. It's not getting a 4, it's getting a 3. Did I enjoy it? Sure. Was I desperate to read it? No. So yeah, some things fell flat for me, and some things just, it just didn't stir the feels, you know? Didn't stir that up. So, 3 out of 5. So I think the next book we were going to read was The Storm. I don't have that on audio, so it'll be an ebook, but I'm going to look for audio right now. And yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I think the next book we were going to read was The Storm. I don't have that on audio, so it'll be an ebook, but I'm going to look for audio right now. And yeah. Okay. So yeah. Checked off 2 of my books. It's not even midday. I mean, it is. It's 1:30, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to be looking into my libraries and stuff to see if I can get The Storm on audio. If not, I'm going to start reading that physically, well, on an ebook on my Kindle. And yeah, we're going to get going with that and let you know what I think. Rachel Hawkins is also another one of my fave authors that I read all their stuff. So it'll be a fun little thing to add to my author's reading journal thingy mabobber when I can. Okay, well, that was rambly. I'll see ya in a bit. Bye. I am like 50% in on One Killer Night. I am enjoying like the banter and the fun lightheartedness of it all, but it's like supposed to be kind of like Brynn Weaver's Ruinous Love trilogy, like kind of horror at the same time, but like we haven't gotten any real horror. There's like foreshadowing to it happening, and there's like creepy things going on, but like nobody has died yet. Like there's no slasherness to like what has happened, and it's 50% in. So it's losing me. The spicy scenes are pages long. They don't need to be pages long, okay? I get some people really enjoy that, but for me, spicy scenes don't need to be pages, okay? They just don't. Unless they're like forwarding the plot in some way. They don't need to be pages. Anyway, let's review the book so far. I know I just threw a lot at you without actually telling you what this book's about. So it's a romance book. These two characters fall in love. Very cute. They're very cute together. Noah is the male character, and we do get his point of view, which is great. He's hiding something from his past. He keeps like telling us that he can't let Goldie know, who is the female character, can't let Goldie know, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then Goldie is adopted, has a very loving family, just doesn't know who her birth parents are. They're in their early 30s. They come together, they fall in love. That part is very cute. She has a sister who's in special effects, and he has a best friend he met in college who's kind of like his brother. Okay, all that being said, we do get a random point of view of a summer camp back in the day, and we keep seeing like snippets of this newspaper article about how there was a tragedy there, a massacre. We don't know anything else. We just know that this girl is in a relationship with this one boy, but is now kind of like in a relationship with a townie boy, so we don't know, okay? It's losing me. I need some more scare. I need some more of it. It's not happening. I need some more gore, scare, alright? Right now we're just getting a lot of the love, which is awesome. It's good. But I need the scare. I need the gory, scary, slasher, people dying, okay? That's what I need. Alright, well, I just wanted to update you because we are 50% through. Now we are going to try to finish it today. Early. I shall remind you, it is the 23rd. I gave myself till the 28th. So the storm might actually be in this vlog. Okay, alright. We'll check back in later. I finished. Bella, please stop. Okay, I finished One Killer Night. The last, 50 pages were pretty good horror. Turns out that Billy isn't Noah's dad, but is Goldie's dad. Crazy. Please hold. Okay, I'm back. The girl that we're getting perspective from is in two relationships, two different guys. One of them is Billy and one of them is Davis. And turns out Noah, his real name is Davis, is Davis's son. Could have told you that. But he thought he was Billy's son the whole time. They didn't find Billy, so the mom thought that Billy survived. And so she's running from Billy her entire life. And then, so in his mind, his dad must be Billy, and that's why they're running. I don't know. So yeah, wrapped up kind of they were at the summer camp. Ooh, randomly. Billy's there. So are the special effects things. They choose the wrong path. Chase gets stabbed. They end up killing Billy. It is a whole to-do, right? Noah and Goldie end up getting married and blah, 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 blah. So then we're going to move on to the next book. I'm rating this one a 3. It was entertaining. It's not really what I was expecting. I definitely thought it was going to be more like the Ruinous Love trilogy by Brenton Weaver, which are hilarious, cozy horror, you know? So, alright, on to the next. We're going to be reading the sequel. I think it's a duology. So the next one, I forget what it's called. Hi, Wowie. Okay, we'll see ya with an update. Bye. Okay. Yesterday, after I finished One Killer Night, I told you guys I was going to read The Storm. But that didn't happen. I wasn't in the mood to use my eyeballs to read. I wanted to use my ear holes to read. So I listened to the sequel to One Killer Night. It's called Evil is Forever. And this one is the duology. I think there's only going to be 2 books in it by Trelina Pucci, Pucci. And this one follows One Killer Night, and it's following Evie and Chase Evie is Goldie's sister, Chase is Noah's best friend from the first book, and it kind of goes after, like 6 months after the whole Billy thing at that camp, maybe longer. But yeah, I liked this one a lot. I am giving it 4 stars. I liked it better than the first book, mainly because the horror was kind of throughout. Like, we got snippets of the big bad's point of view, and it was really creepy, okay? Like, watching them sleep and things like that. And we got that more throughout, and Evie was a lot jumpier and suspicious because of what she had been through. So, we got to feel like the fear, whereas Goldie was kind of living in like La La Land, basically, because she was in love with Noah and didn't think anything bad was gonna happen ever. So that one didn't do it for me for the horror aspect, whereas this one, Evil is Forever, like, it was sprinkled all the way throughout. Evie was jumpy, Chase was protective, and their romance was really good too. Like, getting both POVs, we understand that Chase obviously is obsessed with her, and Evie is denying her feelings for him, mainly because everybody's like pushing them together, so she's just stubborn about it. But they get together, and it obviously, and it's so cute because he's like, no, I'm not gonna accept that you're not my girlfriend, like, you're my girlfriend now. And she was like, bet, okay. So yes, and then she ends up saving his life, and he ends up saving her life, and it all just very cute and cozy horror. Can horror be cozy? I don't know, but that's how I would describe this: cute and cozy horror. So if you're looking for a fun time, this is a good duology. I liked the second one better. 4 stars, okay? One Killer Night got 3 stars from me, just because nothing happened horror-wise until the end, okay? But yeah, so we're gonna move on. Hopefully I'm motivated to read The Storm. I'll be back with an update. Alright, later. Hello, peeps. Last night I was listening to The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. I only have like an hour and a half left, but I needed to go to bed. Anyway, she just found a hand in her trunk. It was stinking up. Someone's trying to frame her. We don't know who. She went and saw her daddy in jail. Why you do that? Looks so suspicious. Stop lying to people too. Ugh, I know why she's just nervous, but like, contact your lawyer first. Tell them what you're doing, what you're thinking. Ask them if it's a good idea. I don't know. People just be wildin'. They just be doing anything that makes them look bad, honestly. Okay. Today I have to go to work, so I won't be doing as much book diving, but hopefully I'll get to finish The Locked Door and maybe start The Storm finally. I do want to read it. I really do. I just can't read and crochet at the same time. That's why the audiobooks are so important. I kind of want that to come in on audio, but if it doesn't, I'm going to try to kick it out in 3 days, 4 days. This is okay. Goodbye. Okay. I have finished The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, and it was a 3 for me. Brady, like I said, was a complete red herring, but you know who else was a red herring? Paul. Was his name Paul? I can't remember. The big bad was, what's her name? Harper. Was Harper, the receptionist that she liked and was trying to protect from Paul being a pervy old guy at the practice. But it was Harper. Harper is her sister, who was put up for adoption after her parents went to jail because her mom unalived herself in the cell, trying not to create more monsters like him. So she unalives herself in jail, thinking the baby's gonna get unalived in her belly. But she doesn't, so she gets put up for adoption, and then when she turns 18, she finds her birth father in jail. The birth father's like, yeah, your sister turned me in. She may be a sociopath too, but she's not like us, so let's frame her. That was her plan. To frame her, to get back at her for calling the cops on him because he was unaliving people. Didn't work. Brody came to the rescue. Brady came to the rescue, saved her. They're in a relationship. They're getting married. She loves his kid. All well and good. But yeah, that's how that one ended. It's a 3-star. It was entertaining for sure, but I wasn't like captivated, you know? So that's my reaction to The Locked Door. Recap this reading vlog. We read Wild Dark Shore, which was a 3 out of 5 by Charlotte McConaughey. Yep, McConaughey. And we finished Atmosphere for the book club. Granger Rangers, 3 out of 5. Atmosphere is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We read One Killer Night by Trelina Pucci, 3 out of 5. We read the sequel to One Killer Night, Evil is Forever, 4 out of 5. And we read The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, 3 out of 5. I'm sorry that I never got to The Storm. I just couldn't physically read things with my eyeballs. I had to consume the book with my ear holes. And yeah. We are gonna pick up with something in March. I probably won't start really anything these next few days, and if I do, it'll be in my February wrap-up. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you're currently reading, and if you had read any of these books and what you thought about them, what you gave them for a star rating. And let me know what books I should read for my next one. Alright, later Gators. Bye.